and welcome back. Today I've got an M3 E92 and on this vehicle we're going to be fitting an Eventuri carbon plenum box, which is complete carbon. We're going to have an air intake which will also be fitted, and also other cosmetic changes which really won't have any enhancements on the performance of the vehicle. It would look aesthetically more pleasing. In other words, stay tuned to see the tutorial. Let's open up these boxes and see exactly what's inside. A closer look at the quality of Eventuri and their products. So from my experience, obviously looking at Morph Design, Carbon Fiber and various other brands, Eventuri comes in terms of aesthetics, look wise, fantastic. The weave pattern is literally 10 out of 10. So I just thought, give my honest opinion of it. Because I feel like nobody on YouTube or on social media has actually given a detailed, review of this product. That's basically the air intake, and this is the airbox cover, and that's the main item, which is the E92 Plenum. You can clearly see the trumpets on the inside, just about see them, so they look amazing. That I'd really advise for you guys to have. Small ratchet set should be sufficient enough, like so. These you could get for about a tenner off Amazon or even cheaper on eBay. This would be more than enough to actually do the job. You don't need anything special. First, what I'll be tackling is two T20 screws, which are situated here and also here, in order to remove this cover, and then slowly moving on to the airbox itself, and also the airbox lid, the intake, and finally the plenum. So as we remove the two screws, this should just literally slide off like so. On to the next, which will be removing the airbox lid. I believe again these are with T20 screws. There's about 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 screws that hold the airbox lid. Removed, comes off. So now we've got the original air filter in there. Obviously that's why you got an air filter, you don't want that going into your engine now. That's also a 6mm socket underneath, or press underneath and on top, and as you press, pull out. To the next stage for me, these are 10mm nuts which you want to remove so the whole airbox can easily come out, so we can have access to some Jubilee clips that hold the plenum down. This also will give me a great opportunity to actually clean this. And also this bit there. Highly recommend using Geon products to clean. Next, what I would recommend tackling is this sensor. All you do is push down and this should literally just come. There's also another pipe underneath. It's quite small. You can use a reference at looking at the plenum that was supplied. So for instance there's also one literally there, as you can see, and all you need to do is the same way that we removed the previous pipe, which is this, which is a press. Like so. That's mine off. Next, I would recommend we move on to another one which is situated right at the back. Let me take you guys with me. So it's situated literally just there. Again, a press release pipe. Loosen up all of the Jubilee clips which are holding the plenum in place first, so you can get the easier access to the other pipe that needs to be pressed in order for it to be released. Now we move on to the other bank. Now I'm in the process of removing the air plenum, at the same time noting that there is a pipe situated here, which is a press clip, which needs to be pressed in order for it to move or be removed. However, we need a bit of access in order to get a grip on it, in order to apply pressure so it can be removed. But that doing so, we had to loosen up the air plenum. So now you got to play with it a bit. There we go. So let's not forget there's a pipe at the back. Oh, clip it back in. The end we got there. Next we have to savour this air temperature sensor. So the way this is secured in a twisting motion, so we'd have to twist it anti-clockwise in order for it to open. What we use is a set of pliers and very slowly turn anti-clockwise in order for it to be removed. There we go, the sensor's been taken out. What I would highly recommend, obviously if you are an amateur, then I'll just recommend you buying one and ordering one. They're not that expensive, they're in the region of £74 to £140 depending what dealership you're actually using. We're going to put back the original air filter house that's in now, and now we move on to remove this cover so you can replace it with a carbon fiber one. Now to put this housing, rubber housing that's supplied in the kit, so you in a manner where you can access the screws. So that's one. So when you put this housing, there's a little ridge here, so you know how much exactly you need to push this housing in. It needs to touch this side, and there's also another ridge on the carbon fiber like this underneath here in the center. So it's got to be all equal all around. Then you put one Jubilee clip and tighten it to manufacturer's spec, which is I think 1 Newton meter. Part is you need to put this intake pipe snug. So again, this one has a ridge all round, so that should fit flush right in, and then you've got the other Jubilee clip which will also be situated in there. Tightening the intake pipe, this needs to be attached also to the intake pipe, and make sure this is facing downwards where the air flow is coming, so it protects it from stones and debris from the road. The airbox housing with the 10 bolts that we removed, which are situated here. Next thing what we're going to do is put the air filter housing cover, and we're going to remove the old screws off the plastic one and reuse the original screws. And this is the Eventuri air fin. What we do is we put it where the air duct is, where I'm going to point now. It's stuck on with 3M. So there we go, we're all done. The only thing I need to do is remove the old badges from the other one to reuse here, or you can have the option of ordering one, whichever suits you.